Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday morning and we're here. I'm just setting up. I'm getting running a little bit late. I went down and caught an articulated tug barge down on the St. Clair River, and it was cold. The air temperature is 8, and it was like about 6 below with the wind. So if you'll excuse me if I just seem a little preoccupied here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to post the link to the panel. And Mike Henrik is here. How you doing, Mike? Yeah, it's cold. It was so cold that Mia wouldn't go, so I left it here and kind of monitor a little bit what her activities were. Because she didn't want to go. She did a complete right back up the stairs and pointed at the door. So, got to respect her wishes too. Yep, Mike was first here. One of these days, Mike, you're going to have to join the panel up there. Paul Hodges emailed me last night, said he had an appointment he had to go to right after school bus driving, so he would not be here this morning. As you can see, the ice is pretty good out there, but it's really a heavy south wind today, blowing really hard. I did go out and get that tug barge. I just uploaded it. Let me go over here and take a look and see what it looks like, and maybe share it with you guys. Delete. Okay, let's put that up there in the new folder. And okay, I'm going to screen share and show you the flight that I just got done doing this morning. It was cold. This is with the Air 2S. As you can tell, to zoom in, and right there it was feels like about 6 below right there right now, with the heavy winds coming out of the south up the river. And at this point, I'm still zooming back out. It was hovering. And what that is that's an articulated tug barge, and it hauls liquids. I think cement or something like that. But you can see all the pipes and everything on the actually on the barge. And there's the tug Michigan. And downbound at Port Huron. Now the ice that's really in the news, it's clogged up, is down around Marine City and below. It's like a choke point for all the ice, and the cutters have been working that pretty good, but it's still just really bad. They're gonna experience some flooding down there. Let me advance this a little bit quicker. That's the barge is the Great Lakes. And it's the Michigan with the Great Lakes. And I think it's owned by Great Lakes Towing. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's who it is. And there's looking back out to the lake. You can see the ice out in the lake because the St. Clair River is the choke point for Lake Huron ice. And some of the ships and some of the winds and the currents break it up and it comes down. But yeah, and that's the it's headed down. On the marine radio, when I was listening to it after I got done flying, it said that it was headed for the Bean Dock. When the Bean Docks are down, oh, kind of like by Marine City or somewhere down in that area, and that's where they used to, they call it the Bean Dock. They used to unload and load beans down there. Hey, Dave, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. You're still in the hospital, I take it. Yep.
Yeah.
Any did you ever see that? Did the doctor come?
Yeah. I actually found out I saw her yesterday and I saw her today. She's just very young and she's good.
Yeah.
She knows what she's good. She knows what she's doing. I'm impressed with her.
Well, good. Good.
She's just very, very young.
Yeah. Paul Hodges just in the chat says that he's on his way to Tilsonburg. That's where he had to head this morning.
Oh, hang on a second.
Okay. The yeah, I got four people watching. Mike's one of them. Phantom must be in his truck, and yeah, I didn't know whether to go on or not this morning. My co-host Paul Hodges isn't available, but I thought, well, I just come on and see who's here. For those of you that may or may not know, our good friend Dave Ennis, that's been a regular, is in the hospital, and he was rushed to the hospital early yesterday morning, and he has COVID and some other health related issues that they're working on. So, but he sounds like he's in good spirits and he's joined us. He's not on camera right now, but he is with us. Paul Hodges wanted to know if anybody had seen the 400 AGL rant this morning, and the answer was no. I hadn't, but I just went over and typed in 400 AGL on YouTube and found that he must have had quite a rant. 400 AGL.
How's everyone doing this morning?
Good. Here's I'll show you guys. Here's here's pretty much what the rant that Paul Hodges is talking about.
What is it?
It says, "Hey Facebook, F you."
That's
Yeah.
pretty much what got me excommunicated from Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Of course, I was more to the point about Mark Zuckerberg.
yeah. Yes. Yeah. Well, the thing of it is they don't want you to have your own opinion. They want you to
No.
follow what they want you to follow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike. So that was 400 AGL. That was his rant. I didn't watch it, but I looked it up, and you go to 400 AGL, you can watch it. Mel, what must have been on a tear.
I just typed something, a message in,
Uh-huh.
and I never really said anything or got in front of the camera or anything. And took them about 4 or 5 years to catch up to me, but they did. Which otherwise you can't get out of the darn thing, or they make it very difficult.
Oh yeah. Well, I went and flew an articulated tug barge last night late, and it was so dark.
Oh,
It was really so dark you couldn't see anything after I went and looked the videos when I got back, and so I just deleted it all.
oh,
It just didn't work. You know what I mean?
yeah. I got a call from my brother-in-law just a few minutes ago, and he dropped off another charging cord for my iPhone
Yeah.
and 2 sausage, egg, and cheese biscuits.
Ooh. Living
So
the high life.
they're bringing those up from the downstairs. And I
Oh.
don't know. I don't know when they're gonna get here. They'll get here.
Well, is there any restriction on bringing food in there or no?
Depends. There is. I'm on a diabetic diet,
Yeah.
so I can't bring in a banana cream pie to me or anything.
Yeah.
But not really. There's no restriction. How's Lynn doing this morning?
Lynn is well, she usually sleeps in till about 9:30 or so, and then of course she's got all the critters who want to go out and doing her thing. So that's why she usually joins us here about anywhere between 9:30 and 10 o'clock. She
Okay.
check in, but
I got a new thing on my face to get the oxygen in my nose, and
Yeah.
it's a little awkward.
I'm just texting. My neighbor just said that her husband is in the hospital with an infection and is throwing up blood. Um,
Oh, is that sepsis?
what's that?
Is that sepsis?
Yeah, that's what I think it is. He had an infection and then he started.
That's what my dad had. That's what finally killed him.
And he's not very old. My neighbor is, yeah, I'd say, uh, I would say in his 30s or 40s.
Yeah, that's too young.
Yeah. He's a school teacher.
Yeah, my daughter's gonna be 30 on the 13th of February. She's a school teacher.
Yeah.
She said she's gonna wait for another year and then she's gonna probably buy her own house.
Oh,
Oh, there she is, as a matter of fact. I better talk to her.
okay. You go talk to her, Dave. And if you rejoin us if you want, but this might be just a short one today. We don't have a lot of people here. We've only got 5 people watching, and I understand everybody. Life goes on. It's like Paul Hodges was very apologetic that he wasn't going to be joining us. I know Rob Welsh Rob, who normally comes on, is in the hospital himself. He's got all kinds of issues going there, and people have lives to do, and I come on just because I want everybody that we know and care about to have a place to come and chit chat and talk and feel like the rest of the world isn't left them behind, because a lot of times that's exactly what it feels like. Um, so I'm going to screen share one more thing here. It doesn't look like it's all that wonderful down in Florida. It looks a little cloudy at the Teeny Martini Bar. There's a few people inside behind the plastic, as you can see. One fellow leaning there on the tabletop, looking out the window, and another guy up on the steps. I think he's a waiter. Just went back inside. But it looks a little windy down there, that's for sure. Oh, okay, Mike, that's good. The It's good to experience new things, especially when you're comfortable. You got to have a certain comfort level in order to really experience all the various things in life. But I'm a firm believer that what you do is you try and get as many different experiences as you can as you walk the path of life. And at that point in time, you decide do you like, you don't like? There's some things, everybody has their likes and dislikes for sure. And so it's important that we all experience of whatever you want to experience in life and move forward, you know? I'm just formatting the SD card. Okay, close. From my flight this morning, because I got it all transferred over to the computer for editing. And let's put the card back in, the little guy, so she's ready to fly again next time. Yeah, it's just amazing to me. When I first started flying, I flew bigger back in the late 80s, early 90s. Bigger was better in those days. And then my first really good flyer was the original Inspire 1 that I got back about 7 years ago when they first came out. And I enjoyed the hell out of that. And then I bought an upgraded model, and I bought an Align M690L, which is a large scale. It was huge, absolutely huge. And it was an octocopter. And actually, it was a hexacopter. Hex is 6 and octa is 8. And it was the M690L. And it was quite a flyer. But what I didn't like about it, and a lot of the FPV people are used to that, is you used to, if you wanted a certain camera, you bought a camera. If you wanted a gimbal, you bought a gimbal. If you wanted GPS, you had to put that on, you had to use a Futaba radio. You didn't use the exact, matching radio. You had to match it. And it was just too much for me. But what was nice is when it took off, you hit the button and the legs would come up underneath the arms, and yeah, it was nice. So David's back.
Yeah, I had a nice talk with my daughter.
Oh, good. So the evolution of drones really has been astounding. If you look back, back when Walkira, the German company, was making them, and there was different. Then DJI got into the foray, and it really has come a long way. And now, of course, everybody's talking about the Autels. I had an Autel at one time, and it was okay. It was good, but it seemed to always revolve back to DJI because that's what I was most comfortable with. Because the controller, to me, as much as I fly, the controller to me is what is my comfort level. So how's everybody doing? We got 7 people watching now. Anybody gonna go fly today? I was down here and I flew a articulated tug barge down. Boy, bitterly cold. As you can see, the wind is blowing pretty good out of the southwest up the river. Yeah. My hands, I couldn't feel them when I get done. I have gloves on, but they're not real heavy gloves. In this finger, the tip of the finger is cutout so that I can run the wheel and more or less the tip was cut out simply in order to tap the screen. Oh, Mike says maybe in a little bit he's going to be flying. All right. Well, like I said, I think this might just be a short little spin here. I want to wish everybody a great day and hope that you get out and fly and experience some of the things life brings your way. And yes, yeah, Paul, I noticed that when I went down by the water, the wind is blowing the snow off over into different areas pretty good. So on that note, I think we're down to we're getting towards the end, unless anybody has anything more to add or want to join the panel up at the top of the chat. You can join the say hello.
John Coopy had a video out a week or two ago, and he was showing the ice pack on the Missouri River.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep. Okay, everybody in the chat, I would like to thank you all for being here. We're going to say goodbye for now. Might be on later tonight.
Goodbye.
Everybody take care and have a great day.